Let's give it a second for the recording to catch up because there's a weird delay. Alright, so hello. It is another week. See, I told you guys I would be back. No big trips planned. I was supposed to have a doctor's appointment today, and they moved it back by 6 months because they just felt like it. So it's my one appointment a year, and they're like, hey, we're not doing afternoons anymore. So how about 6 months from now at 7 in the morning? At least it's on a Tuesday. Tuesdays I can do. You know, it's like a free day. But that probably is going to mean like it's going to like ruin that entire day. But that's the only like news I have as far as that. I'm glad to be back. I think we're going to get this finished today. Just give me a second. I want to look at just a few things off screen. I just noticed that Amazon Day was going on, so I just want to check that real quick. See if there's anything like interesting. Ooh. I'm not sponsored by them, but obviously, but let's see, what is this? Color and Light by James Gurney. It's a really like key like explanation book on how to do art. I think specifically color and lighting. That looks like it's got a pretty good sale, like almost like half off on the book. Let's see, any comic books? I keep like a huge list of everything I want from like comics, books, art books. Makes it really easy whenever it's like birthday or Christmas, so that because oh my goodness, that is so low. Batman's No Man Land Omnibus. That was like $112 when it first came out. Now it's like $63. That's insane. And that's a huge omnibus. It literally has 2 omnibuses because it's just a huge event that took place over like months in Batman's lore. Because I am a Batman lore channel. That is what you come here for. Just a second. That one's not even a deal. That one's just the price eventually goes down. That's insane, man. Let's see. Akira, that's a good one. Dune, that's a good one. Those are both like real cheap now. Samurai Champloo. That's loud, sorry. Twilight Zone. That's a good one too. The complete series. Man. Ironically, I just talked about No Man's Land, and then Road to No Man's Land is like the stories that led up to No Man's Land. And that omnibus is just one, and it is $80 or $90 actually, around somewhere between 80 and 90. So like, not even like the main event of the like the whole thing that it's about. The lead up is like $20 more. And I don't even think it's as many stories. It's like fewer. Woo, like a little electric kettle that I've been looking at, the fellow Stag by EKG. Or no, EKG. Stag EKG. The Stag by Fellow. There we go. It's like 160 and now it's on sale for 130. Woo, big price drops. That's sarcasm. What about vinyl records? Any interesting ones? Nah, nothing's on sale. Although I forgot I had Thelonious Monk and John Coltrane. Like, that sounds amazing, dude. God. Alright, sorry. I'm streaming me, like, looking over my Amazon list. Okay. Alright, so now stream actually start. Hello, I'm back. We're gonna be working on my guy. This is gonna be the last one. I don't think there's too much more I gotta do. It's basically just texture and lighting from here. Just some little fixes here and there, color adjustments, that kind of stuff. Ooh, let me get a stretch. Give me a minute. Ooh. So yeah, I actually got 8 hours of sleep, which is rare for me. I think it might have been like 8.5 hours of sleep actually. Got to the coffee shop that I usually go to on Tuesdays, and then like fully read what I needed to. I didn't get too distracted. I made an art post today. Like, everything's just working out today. It's kind of crazy, which makes me suspicious. But we're not going to think about that. We're going to think about the good things. Right? Let me move my chargers. Everything's coming up for me. Maybe I'll get some subscriptions. Maybe I'll get some follows. Sorry, 1 second. Just gotta shift my camera a bit. Wait. Chair's locked. Also, I actually got everything opened up. And all my audio and video stuff prepared. I realized that my vacuum was coming up in my audio, so I had to fix that. I had a huge noise gate for a long time, and then I realized that it was kind of cutting out some of my words. But because like I've boosted my audio since then, now you can hear the fan. So then I had to turn back on the noise gate, and now the noise gate should just clip it perfectly. Should. I am not very good at this. Okay. Now I got my channel open so I can see what I'm doing. How do I look? I look decent. I like when I'm wearing all black. It's something about it just is very satisfying in my eyes. Alright. So, like I said, we gotta work on lighting, working on some texture, trying to get like this really like harsh like shadow texture that I'm thinking. We might not go with it because right now I actually think we have like a gritty enough texture. Like you can see like here everything's like real rough on the edges, and I think that's good enough as far as texture. But I'm gonna see if we can like dial it up to really make it dramatic. Because originally I thought like a bunch of other stuff, like, you know, like a lot of like the light almost being surreal, like where it's like making him glow. But that's for later. So yeah, lighting. He definitely needs a shadow here, otherwise it makes no sense. Then just some other fixes here and there as far as like color. Let me pull up the palette. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure we have pretty much all the colors we need. We got the green for sure. We got the brown for sure. I think maybe the only color we're missing is the yellow, which I'm not sure if I ever planned for the yellow to show up anywhere. Maybe it was over here. But we're also pretty far into this, so I'm not sure where I would even put yellow. Might be him, but I think he's good where he is. He's just taking a nap, a well-needed nap. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm okay with the color palette right now. I think maybe I want to add a little bit of the purples that I have over here. Like if you look real close, there's a little bit of purple and a little bit of like a bluish color. I want to pick those up just a touch, but we'll see how that goes later on. Then on him, I realized that I don't have that much like color variety, specifically on his skin. So because of the gradient mask, basically it's limited to like only 2 colors. You can do more than 2 colors. You can actually do like 5, 6 colors. But it's really hard to keep them balanced because usually, especially with like the clip art style that I have, or what is it, cell shading style that I try to do, it's literally just 1 or 2. You can't have that much variety. You can just basically like massage the tones into like being just as dark as you want, just as light as you want, just as orange as you want. But you can't get like really crazy gradients because that happens in the middle. So, you know, like whenever you have like a wide range of shades. So maybe gradient maps don't work that well for this, but like I'm noticing like he has no blush. He's a vampire, he doesn't need blush, but you know, I'd still like to do a little bit of something there. No blue underneath his eyes for the bags, because you know he's an old fella. He's a tired fella. 1 second. But just little stuff like that, you know, like ears being red. Maybe some reflections off the wall, getting a little bit of green on them. We'll see. Okay, so I might actually do that first because I feel like that's gonna be like that's not necessarily color. That's not necessarily lighting. That's more of color. So I think we're gonna go just on top of here. Color gradients. What are you? It's the pinstriping, it's the body hair, blood, blood too. There's 2 bloods? Oh, this is like blood stain. Like how it like leaks into the clothes. I really like that touch. It actually does look pretty effective. Like it's a tiny little thing, you don't really notice it, but like it does add like a little bit of weight to it. And then that's like the actual blood splatters. Let's see. I think we can go. I think I just did something I didn't mean to. Underneath body hair. What are you? Eyes. Probably right on top of this. No, this is the line art, so let's go right below that. Oh. I have a green layer on him. That's interesting. I didn't know that. What are you? That's the teeth. What are you? I think these are the suspenders. And I just moved my thing, so I have no idea where I'm at. What are you? Oh, that's the shirt buttons. Yeah, I think right below this is where we're gonna start. Bip. Put it down. We're gonna go to my most used brushes. You know which we're grabbing. We're grabbing the freaking... I forgot what I was doing. Chalk brush. That's my trusty. So we're gonna go for like a blush color. I might even like take from here, because I already have like a blush on this painting. But we'll wait on that. This seems like a really like dusky blush color. And he's blushing like a schoolgirl right now. Oh, I'm trying to figure out. I want it so like you can see skin underneath the shadows, because it's kind of not really blending. I'm wondering where that goes. Did I skip the skin? Oh, there's flesh merged. I think that's probably good right there. Maybe make it overlay? Nope. Definitely not that. Hard light? Multiply? What if like a really light multiply? I think that works. At least add some like texture to his skin. And a little bit of the rosy color. Then we could try putting like other colors so kind of like balance it out. Make his ears just like completely red. He's embarrassed. Make it so it only affects the layers underneath it, so I can just paint over. I'm gonna do like a soft like airbrush on his forehead. Just like that. Nothing too much. Just adds like a general like tone to him. For the hands, let me try to like just any way to get it just on the skin. Oh, let me do like select. Yeah, let me do like select. Sorry, I moved stuff around. Select from opaque, place. Then we're just gonna touch the skin. There we go. I like to like basically make it so like the hands are red and then like it slowly fades out as it goes down along the hand. You can get more specific, like I think specifically the fingertips are the most red. Palms, like specifically the bar right here gets a little bit more red. And then it starts to get paler as it goes down the palm. By the time you reach the wrist, you usually don't have that much more blush. Then it kind of picks back up where you have like the forearms. But a general, just like easy way to do it is just hands up to like the wrist. That's just make it look a little bit more red. Nothing too strong, nothing too crazy. So let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna deselect. So just a little bit of blush, a little bit of color on him. We're probably gonna dye it down. That's not too bad. Probably gonna need to erase this a little bit here and there. All right, back here. So underneath the nose, keep that clear. Try to keep it away from the eye bags. We don't really need it over there. On the nose, keep it a little subdued. Hands, work against it a little bit. Dial it down a bit. Yeah, the back of the palms don't really get that much blush. It's mostly the inside of the hands that get a little bit of blush. So that's why I'm kind of like pushing it back here. The chest can also get a little bit of blush, but it's not necessary. Usually that's more of like a sunburn thing where you get like, if it's a character that has their chest out a lot. Like maybe they wear their shirt unbuttoned like that, or they have like, they just go around shirtless a lot, like a farmer tan. Let's see. Okay. And then I'm gonna add like a purplish color. Purple is always like a good like blue tone to add. A little bit of that warm reddish, blush color, and then you also get like the blues, the shadows of a blue. Combine those together, you get like a nice purple, like a lilac. I'm also going to use it for some of the shadows too. Help kind of like accentuate some parts. This is an additional layer to like push things away from each other. Add just like one little extra level of dimension. There we go. We got like a lot more range on him, on his face. And then we can like dial it down. And he's like pockets in his ear. Pockets in his ear sounds weird. But that's the phrase I'm gonna use. Oops. Oh crap. I forgot it's all one layer. See, I'm trying not to like go insane with like layer on layer on layer on layer, and even then like still it bites me in the back. It's like, hey, everything would have been easier if you just made another 100 layers. Nothing wrong with having a file that's like 300 times too big. Nothing wrong with that. Here you go. Just a little bit of shadow in there. Just like a tiny little detail. I don't even think it adds too much. But it just felt like something I'd like to do. Maybe a little bit of shading here. How's this gonna look? And then I'm thinking I'm gonna also do like a pass of a green color. Red, blue, green. That's usually like the three you want to do to like balance everything out. Then you can do like a white too in order to like add some more lightness to an area. Green really like helps make it look a little bit more yellow. It like balances out some of the really like bright colors. So like if you put a lot of blush on them and then you put a lot of blue for the shadows, they end up looking kind of like a clown. And then green or yellow really help like even that out, like it blends it together, because you know, like this, I think skin kind of has like a yellowish color to it. So you know, like you have the red from the blood underneath, you have blue from the also blood, but also I'm not sure, like it's the shadows, you know, I've explained this before, the shadows are the contrasting color of the light that's hitting you. So if it's a yellow light, most of the shadows end up being blue. If it's a red light, most of the shadows end up being green. You know, or that's, you know, like a general rule to like make the contrast really pop. So blue would be that contrasting color, red would be the blood underneath, and then yellow is the skin that goes over everything, and that kind of like pulls them a little bit closer to each other. It mellows everything out. So like the blue doesn't seem so outlandish or clownish. So I'm just gonna add a little bit in the shadowed area so it looks a little bit more human. Which I guess should be the opposite of the point. Just for fun, I think I'm gonna do like one where like the skin is red, or sorry, really pale. Just like really push that vampireness, but it's probably not that necessary, but it could be fun. Okay. See, just a little bit of green, nothing too crazy. Just helps to like push the blue back a little bit. Okay. Oop. What was I just talking about? Oh. Yeah, look, what if we just... Beep. That's not what did I just do? That's what I'm trying to do. Just sapped all the color out of him. But there's also like a green tone over everything, so it's gonna make him look a little white green, kind of like a vampire. Just to play with it, just to see what it looks like. He looks strange. Then we could like dye it down. What if we like go like here? Make him a little pale. It's actually not bad. But I don't think we need it. I don't mind him being a little bit colorful. We can just, you know, theater of the mind. He's a vampire. Not every vampire needs to be a Nosferatu where they're like completely pale and white. Sorry, one second. I think the Toreador would probably be the most like close to real people as far as like the color. I think the Gangrel would also make sense to be like very close to life because they're very animalistic vampires. So I like to imagine that they also have like a little bit of that too. Toreador get away with it all because they're all like charisma, so like it's supposed to make them look more human and more relatable. But I think Gangrel should also get a little bit of that channeling because, I mean, they're all about, like, life, you know, nature. I just feel like having, like, a little bit of liveliness. Maybe not as much as the Toreador, because Toreador is almost, like, fake life, you know? Like, they're just faking the look of humanity. And I think Gangrel would have, like, still, like, would probably still have, like, a little bit of, not necessarily humanity, but life. I don't know how else to do it besides, like, general L-I-F-E. I think that makes sense to me. Because the whole Gangrel I see are usually like tan. Honestly, they're all like, they have like dirt on their face because like that's how people like coat it in their head. They're basically just like hippies. So like they just like coat them in dirt because if you like nature, you just have dirt rubbed on your face. Like that's how they do it in like the source books. Like they have like models like in raggedy clothes and, you know, like torn jackets, and then like they just have like dirt on their face. Like they just have like ash just like put on their face like all over the place because they're just dirty little animals, I guess. Not me. I think Gangrel would, you know, like I think they're like, if there's like a spectrum of like more human, less human, I think all the way on the far end you get like Tzimizce, I forgot, but there's like a demon, the Bali, I think. Bali. Who else would be like really far on that end? Maybe like the La Sombra, the Ventru. You get like the or the Nosferatu, of course. Nosferatu would be like far end. And then on the other side, you would have like Bruja, Toreador, Gangrel. More of the like Anarch classes, basically, or clans. What is another one? Squishy. Ravnos is probably another one that has like a lot of life. I think Ravnos is probably towards the a little closer to the middle than the others, but Bruja, you know, they're very passionate. Maybe a little bit, just like slightly more to the left of the Ravnos. Gangrel right there, almost all the way on the left, and then Toreador all the way on the left. You know, because they channel it specifically. You know, maybe it's not natural, maybe it's like fake. It's still, you know, closer towards the end of humanity. They're the only ones that like are supposedly able to actually like sleep with each other, which is weird. I think that's like something that everybody ignores. Like it's in lore, like that you're only able, well, pretty much only Toreador can do it. Or maybe I made that up actually, because I have, now that I think about it, Jeanette Malkavian, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline, she definitely does it. So. What do I know? Okay. So just a little bit of blush on him. Let's see. Is there any other like little details I need to add? His hair could maybe have a little bit more dynamic to it. I'm gonna just play around with the hair. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. I'm just gonna try like adding some like dustier colors to make it less like visibly orange. Multiply, not multiply. Let's try like screen, not screen. Maybe like color. Yeah, there we go. That's the one. Make sure it stays on model. There we go, and it perfectly like it goes into the shadows too. I'm just gonna make it like a little bit of a mess of colors. Like there's definitely one that's like the leading color, but like just play around a bit. Have some fun. Oh, it's going over the skin too. That's not good. Hold on. Let me select hair from opaque. Replace. Select invert. What? Sorry. Select invert selection. Grab the eraser. Just erase all this. That way it only stays in the hair. Select, deselect. Go back to these. There we go. Okay, let's see. What else could we do? Let's add some green, just for fun. Something darker. It's like a little dusting. Why? Because. A little dusting, I'm just like a bright red. Just a little dusting, just a little bit. I have no idea what I'm doing, actually. He looks like a clown now. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, let's step back. Bip. Q. Color. Overlay. Eee. Overlay kind of works, actually. This section is pretty nice. I'm gonna just play with this for a little bit. Just adding some like dynamic into the hair by like changing some of the color here and there. I'm also gonna select from opaque, replace, select display selection, so I don't have to look at it. We're basically just gonna stick into inside of the boundaries of the hair. I don't want to touch the skin, change that color either. I think this is definitely getting away from like the cell shading that I wanted to try. But we'll keep playing. It's not the worst thing in the world. Of course, the beard. I mean, that's also an important area. Gotta get some of the fun shading on here too. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Then maybe something a little bit more paler, a little blonder. A little paler than that. Not pale enough? Goodness, how pale can I get? I think because it's an overlay, it's not like working correctly. Oh, we can just add white to it. Some highlights. This is probably definitely going a bit too far with the highlights, but it's just a fun little experiment while the piece is still being worked on. It doesn't really show up that well in the shaded area, so I think I'm gonna just keep it to here. 1 second. Let's make this normal, 100%. Let me grab this brown color real quick. Okay. Back to 25%. Make it an overlay. There we go. Right back to where we were. I forgot to add it to the eyebrows. And I think I just... No, okay, we're good. I thought I accidentally grabbed the wrong color. Just so it doesn't feel left out. Here's a look from afar. No variety to the color with variety. No with. Does make him look, his hair look a little bit more full, like a tiny bit more robust. But I don't know if it's necessary. I think it's okay. I think maybe we just need one like gray color. But I don't know if I can do it on the same layer. Because like I just use like almost a gray exactly, and it doesn't do anything. It just makes it like return to normal. How do I like make it like a not a dark color, but like a... Is there any way to do that with overlay? Whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna do it on another layer. 25. Definitely not normal. Let's grab like a dusty color. How about this? Okay, how about this? It's definitely more gray. Let's go with the green. Okay, I think that's the one. And then we just need to figure out like the right blending mode and opacity. So let's see. Overlay, definitely not. Makes it stronger. Screen, nope, that just makes it whiter. Hue, nah, not really. Color might be it. Color kind of works. It does dull it down a bit. Hold on, what's the contrast for orange? I think it's like a red violet. Hold on 1 second. I can just look it up. I don't know why it's on the advanced color selector. So orange and be blue. Duh. Why did I forget that? So when you combine contrasting colors, that's how you get to like a neutral color. So like a grayish, bluish, brownish. Sorry, not a blue. A grayish, brownish color. So if I'm trying to like really like neutralize the orange, make it a little bit duller in some areas, then the answer is go blue. There we go. Let me erase the little bit that creeps over. So let's try that. I'm gonna reduce it down. There we go. What if we make it like color? See, you can kind of see like how that like really like dulls it out. I just don't like how bright it is. So I might just keep it normal and just, you know, leave it like that. Multiply kind of does it. See, so you can see like if you add the blue, it just makes it like almost like a black color. I think that means it's working. Let's try like a purple. Just show the difference. So yeah, you can see how like that's very different. Ooh. Yeah, you can see like dark, really dark blue kind of like makes it almost like a neutral black, while adding a red just kind of makes it even like a stronger color. So that's what I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to like neutralize the color. I think it's a purple. Let's try a different one. I think that's the one. Okay. I'm gonna try it on multiply. We might just leave it on normal. Just some of the like areas where like creeps in, like doesn't really hit the light as strong. Maybe underneath here towards the roots. Oh, let me do it like this. Just completely coat the bottom here. Then erase the little strand hairs. Cut through those. It's not perfect because I should have like cut them out on the line art, but it's okay. Should have, as if I can't do it now, but I don't think it's gonna add anything. Oop, 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 too dark. I just remember that we're gonna fade this out anyways. Right here, there should be like a really strong shadow because there's like a strand of hair above it all. How are we looking like this? There we go. That's like the perfect like gray that I want to just like neutralize the color a little bit. In some areas, you know, like some areas I don't want like it to be popping with color. Then we're gonna like dial it back, trim it out here and there. We'll find like the perfect balance once we get it. Once I get like coat a couple of areas. Interesting. Interesting. There we go. I think we're gonna keep it a normal because like it. I think multiply is kind of like just it's either black or it's not. This one's a little bit more like the actual like nullifying kind of color that I want. But it's got to be like real light too, like just very vague. See, robust with color, and then you get a little bit more like contrast and depth with just a little bit of this. This is also just me experimenting. I have no idea if this is gonna work at all. Like whenever I'm done with this, I could like throw this all away and just act like nothing happened. We're definitely gonna trim this. Just want to get like a general like shadow. That way we can like refine it. Just towards the roots, and then towards where it like starts to turn away from the light. Trim that off. I'm definitely gonna have to fix this highlight now that I think about it, because this is like going over like a shadowed area. Just tiny little tweaks. I think I remember doing that like highlight in just like a few seconds because I just wanted to see where we were gonna go. It just ended up like fitting really well. But now I'm seeing that I'm gonna have to just refine it just a bit. for sure. This little pocket right here. It's right here. Right here for sure. Just these little pockets where like it starts to go underneath like another lock of hair. They kind of like twist onto each other. One like little strip like falls over another. They're like a bunch of ribbons basically. Oh yeah. Especially this guy's like texture of hair. Chance's texture of hair. He's got like a slick like lawyer look. So like a lot of this is just like, you know, combing one section over another. Not a comb over, like he's not balding. He's got a really good hairline, thankfully. Kind of helps that, you know, like he got locked in like right at a good point. With the whole ghoul thing. And then the vampire thing. I don't know why I did that. I was just like, oh, let's add it to here, and then I kind of like gave up. It's a little bit like towards the middle, and then a little bit towards the end. Probably right here. A little bit returning it back here. Just the top, just like that. Make it a little slimmer there. Okay. So then we're gonna fade this into something a little bit more reasonable. Okay, so let's see. So a little bit of neutralness to it, like, you know, to kind of counteract all that, how bright the color is. It's not necessarily shadow. This is more like playing with the saturation. So this is before we even talk about what the shadows would look like. The shadows were already done here in the hair section, and then we also add a little bit more robustness to it, adding a little bit more orange, a little bit more yellow, a little bit more brown, a little bit more of a variety of color. Because usually with redheads and people with brown hair, they have, it's not just brown. It's not just one shade of brown. Sometimes it is, but it ends up being like a mix. You know, like people with like, what is it, dirty blonde? Like it just ends up being like a mix of a bunch of different hair colors. I think that's true. Let me double check. Let me look up some brown people hair. Sorry, brown haired people? Why did I say it like that? Jesus. Let me see, brown hair. It's hard to tell because usually brown haired people dye their hair. They like that, like they like specifically going for that. I'm gonna do men, maybe that'll help. That guy definitely has highlights. It's hard to tell. Yep, that's supernatural. Let me pull this in, please. This is 100% natural. Absolutely nothing strange here. No funny business. That's just natural. There is no dyeing. There's no highlights. That is just true as can be. Let's see. Let me try to look for a different example that feels a little bit. It's hard because like a lot of these are models, and obviously models are gonna have like some work done to like make their hair look a little bit more, you know, pop. Or like people who are looking for like hair dyes to make their hair look more natural. Thank you, dog, for opening my door and then immediately leaving. I'm really glad I got this stick. It makes being lazy way more fun. Seeing like mannequins, but obviously mannequins aren't gonna have natural hair. Is there like a Wikipedia thing? Yeah, I'm gonna use this. I don't know for sure, but I imagine that it's possible that Wikipedia used like natural stuff. Okay, so natural hair. Supposedly, I don't have any evidence otherwise. You can see like there's an orange color to it. There's a blonde where it gets closer to the light. There's more neutral browns. So like even with like somebody who has like very like straight colored hair, like very just normal brown, not like brown with hazelnut, not like brown with chestnut, not some even in those like very solid colors, you still get like a little bit of a range of colors. The only exceptions to this are you have dyed hair where you have specifically made all the color one color. And then black hair. Black hair is very jet black. Like there's no, each individual follicle is black, 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 black. There's no variety. And then even in that situation, you can still have fun with like adding colors to it. So like you can have like whenever you're drawing black hair, it reflects a lot of light. So I add like purples, blues, whatever's going on in the environment. So it's gonna be black mostly, but there's a little bit of like, especially in the places where the light's hitting, maybe like blue. That's why whenever you see like characters in cartoons, they have like a blue sheen on their hair, because it's just like it's even black hair is gonna be like a little bit reflective. Blonde hair is probably the most obvious one, where it's like it's gonna be a little bit of a mix. Let's see. Is dirty blonde? Jesus. Let's see. We're gonna keep it with Wikipedia again. So blonde, exact same thing. You can see there's like places where it's like almost white. There's a section where it's almost a little green. That's probably because of the lighting around him. He's probably like, it's a football player, so he's probably in an area with green stuff. Actually, I don't know. It might just be like the lighting of the room he's in. But yeah, there's a little bit of green here. There's dark sections. That's why like whenever, even no matter what color you're going with, be like a little bit of a range to it. So that's why I'm doing like all this, like you see there's a little bit of blonde, there's a little bit of orange, there's a little bit of this neutral color. So it's not just all flatly colored. It's fine if it is, but you know, I just like something's telling me that I need to do it here. And you can see like even on here, like I did that already. Like I had this, like a little bit of sections of this like a slightly more neutral orange. Very bright orange. You see strands of like a brighter colors here, dark colors. Then you get that like root where it's like a lot of shadow. So yeah, like I think it's good to like play with all those. Yeah. Now what else? All right, I think that's just all the like little edits I wanted to make as far as like color before we get into just like straight lighting. So yeah, we're gonna try doing that. Now the hard part is I have like 5 different shadow layers. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. So you can see one here. I need to close these groups. 1 second, let me find it. Here we go. So that's one down there. Then there's one up here. Then there's like even a second one. What is this? I think it's just like an additional like texture. I think I should delete it. I think it adds like too much darkness. Oh, I see. It kind of pushes like the table a little bit back. But I don't like how it pushes the bar back too, so I'm going to erase it. Everything except for this little corner. This is working. Hello? Oh, I got a selection going on. Let me turn that back on. and then deselect. Okay, now we can do it. So we're gonna erase it here, here. Oh, I see, I see. It adds like a little bit of like a vignette around here where it just like slowly fades into nothingness there. So I'm gonna keep that, all that down there. I think just this area here, like this section here. Can I actually make it an airbrush? Maybe that'll help like transition it. Area, softly transition it. There we go. Ooh, a little bit right here. Where is that? I can see on like the preview on these like little thumbnails. There's like somewhere where there's still like a lot of it. Is it like up towards the top? Like here? I think I got a little bit of it. A little bit more. Where is it? Nope. Almost got it. Almost got it. Okay, that's as close as I can get. Anyway, it's not important. All right, so we dimmed that down. So you can see like it pushes the bottom a little bit further back. Kind of helps it like transition a little bit more solidly. One second. Sorry, one second. All right, I'm back. Hey, love it when my settings just completely reset. I am in the Nightosphere. Blah. Where's my settings? I closed the settings. I gotta redo it. Properties. Configure video. It auto-adjusted in some way. Beep. Beep. No. There we go. I turned off the auto adjustment for some. It looks like it just like auto adjusts itself anyways, which is really annoying, but we'll live with it. Okay. So yeah, this one kind of like shades down towards the bottom a little bit more, adds a little bit of texture towards the bottom as well. Pushes like the edges. It adds like another layer of like there's like this big white light, or I guess yellow light here, where it's hitting the character. And then there's also like a secondary shadow right here where like it gets a little bit darker towards the very edge of the wall, then towards the very edge of the floor, and then also this area over here towards the freaking thing. Table. I forgot the word. So I like this. We're gonna keep that. This just picks up the shadow a lot. It makes it a multiply too. So what is the other one? Is this a multiply? This one's an overlay. So I think this one affects the color. Yeah, I think it makes the color a lot cloudier. I'm wondering, can I just reduce it back to 0? I'm gonna turn it off. This is at 40%. Let's remember that and just turn this back up. Hold on, let me do this another way, because I want to compare it too. Where is it? Okay, right here. So we're gonna new layer from visible. Give it a second so I can do that. All right, so this is like a save point. We're gonna turn this off. Turn that off. And we're gonna make this like darker, somewhere around like that, like 50%. I think that's about the same. So we can compare these two. What does this do? Okay. So this is before, after, before, after, before, after. So what I'm noticing is The transition's a little sharper, which isn't necessarily a good thing because, you know, like I don't want the light to be super sharp. It returns some of the color. So I mentioned earlier that it does make it like cloudier because it's one of them's an overlay, one of them's a multiply. Multiply basically makes it so the color is stronger. So the shadows are a lot stronger, and then the color is a little bit stronger. It's being multiplied by whatever color you add to it. In this case, I think it's like a blue color. The overlay is a little different. Overlay kind of does the same thing as multiply, but it doesn't make the shadows as dark. And it also clouds the color a little bit more. So like if you want to add like a different color, usually you would add a color that's stronger. You know, like you add a red, then you add a pink, it makes it more of a reddish pink. You know, you add red, you put a yellow filter on it, it makes it more of an orange yellow. Or sorry, orange red. So I have both of those working, where one of them makes the shadows darker, and then one of them clouds up the shadows as well. So it like makes it a little bit more of a just like a vague nothingness in the back. Let me see where they go. So you can see cloudy, a little bit cloudy, nothing. You know, just shadow, cloudy, shadow, and you can tell it's a little bit more vibrant here. Like the reds are coming through a little bit more clear. So I think we're gonna keep it the way it is. And we should be okay. So the one we're going to want to mess with is then in that case, let me back. Okay, now we're back to normal, I think. Yeah, we're back to normal. So I think the one that I want to mess with, this is the cloudy texture. Yeah, we're going to mess with this one. This one's the actual shadow. Now that I think about it, no, we're not, because that's actually but in front of the character, so we can't avoid the character without doing some trickery. So let me see if I can just do it here. We can actually probably do both layers. So let's try doing both layers. So first start with this one. To do that, I'm gonna make it 100%. We're gonna make it a normal. That way you can grab this color. Beep. And we're gonna undo. So now we have the color and we can start doing the character. Do I have the reference for the guy? There's like a shadow. There we go, lighting reference. All right, so the lighting is going to basically be... This is an eraser. Him here. That's the head. Then the back. About right where the pelvis is. One leg, two leg. This is very vague because this is only 25%. Okay. So now for the next part, we're going to do it on the other layer as well. Right here. We're going to select the chance, select from opaque. So now it's selecting the character entirely. We're going to invert it. So now we're only selecting everything except for him. And then we're going to paint back on the shadow of this layer as well. So this is the much darker one. This is going to be a lot more obvious. So I like that we're going to have like almost like a vague ghost where like transitions. It's not going to just be shadow. We're going to have like a little bit of a gray area where it's a little blurry. That feels very real. It's not like an instant sharp transition. You can have sharp shadows, but that takes a little bit of like movie magic where you're specifically isolating the light, and you know you have one light source. There's no sun. The sun's completely blocked out. Normally, in realistic situations, the shadows are a little blurry because there's going to be the sun. There's going to be light reflecting off of all the objects in the room and the walls. It's not going to be as isolated and as easy to manipulate. You can look up like tutorials on how to like light scenes for movies. That explains a lot of that nonsense that I just said. Because it's a little hard to understand, or a little hard to explain verbally. Just on its own, it helps whenever you have like a visual guide for it. Basically, unless you are in a movie isolated or scene of a room, your shadows will not be very sharp. You know, they'll be very vague and such. Like, even it being this sharp doesn't make any sense. It only makes sense for, like, it's because it's a drawing. It's a piece of art. Select. I'm going to deselect it now. I'm going to turn off the lighting reference, and then we're going to look at what we got. Beep. There we go. His head looks a little small. His body looks a little small in the shadow. So I think I'm going to take some license and just... Hold on. Let's reselect it, actually. Reselect. There we go. I'm just going to lift his head a little bit. Maybe a lot of it. Just raise the whole body a little bit. There we go. I think we're going to do it like that. And we're also going to go back to the other layer and we're going to make it more solid. There we go. Go back to the other one. We're going to erase the edges because I kind of did it backwards. That way it has like the more faded texture that I was going for. I'm also going to see if I can make the hair a little bit, just a little bit of like hair detail. Because it's shadow, you're not going to get like crazy stuff. This is an eraser. Just a little bit of like fuzziness here and there. There we go. Select, deselect. Let me pull up the lighting reference. There's also just one other thing that I didn't see. Okay, so yeah, I was wondering if this arm gets any like shadow. Why is the dog coming here? He got an ice cream, that's why. I don't know if anybody else's dogs do this, but my dog likes to be like a goblin. So he, like, as soon as he gets a snack or a treat, he just like hides. Hold on, let me see. Let me get it like a light. Look at him in his shame. Just eating away at ice cream. I'm gonna lower it. I can hear him. Hold on, can you hear him? Okay, no, it's not showing up. Thank goodness. You do not want to hear this, like a slurp, 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 slurp he's doing. It's crazy. Okay. Enough of the distractions. At the rate we're going, we're probably going to be able to end this early because there's not really much I'm going to have to do. Just like it's going to be tweaking. And tweaks don't usually take that long. It's just like maybe it's a lot of tweaks that I'll do very rapidly, but they usually only take like 30 minutes. Let's see. So we have the shadow. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to do. Oh, the hair. I'm gonna, well, not the hair, but the highlights. Yeah, you can see it's, I even named it like highlights rough. So I have a pink hard light, so let's make it normal. It's already 100%, so I just need to grab like a solid bit of the color. I'm gonna guess that's it. Pencil. Okay. I think the apple's lagging. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is erase this little bit right here. What in the world? That's not an eraser. There we go. Trim it out of the areas that definitely aren't going to be able to catch light. God, I can just hear him licking away at the ice cream. He's so gross. I love dogs, but goodness, they're animals. They have like no shame. Cats are gross too. Just in different ways. I think dogs are a little bit more obvious. Cats, you have to like really know and own a cat to like know where they're gross. Like hairballs. There we go. Just a nice little bit of trimming. That's all I needed. Maybe adding a little bit more sheen. We can also make it a little bit softer. Maybe like 80, 70%. I don't know why I made an eraser instead of just using the eraser I have. Oh my god, he's like going crazy right now. Yeah, I think he's near the end. Oop. Make this a little sharper. If I really wanted to go crazy, I'd put like a lens flare on the tooth just to like really make sure you can notice it from a mile away. But that's too far. I didn't want to do that. This is a little thing I've been trying to like get used to. Why do I keep making an eraser? I noticed that there's like a highlight that people put on like the just under the bags of the eyes. I've even seen like makeup artists like specifically add like a really like bright color to it. It just makes their eyes like really pop. I don't understand it. I just know that it looks good, which is like a lot of things you'll pick up on art, which is just like, here's this thing I saw looked cool on a character. It makes no sense, but I added it anyways. I don't know what it does, but I thought it looked cool. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm down with that. Make his chest glistening. That'd be a little too far. My eyes started getting foggy for a second there. That was weird. I would not like cataracts. That would suck. Hey there. It's been a little while since I've seen you. How are you? I'm just working away on this piece that I've been doing for a little while now. Today should actually be the last stream for this guy. Okay, what happened today? Oop, 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 oop. Did not mean to do that, did not mean to do that. Little gleam here, little gleam there. Help those little strands pop out. That's really interesting. I've never really known what it's like to be an aromantic. I've heard of people explain it, like they like talk about how like they just don't have those kind of like urges, and yeah, I don't really understand it. I don't have any like, you know, hatred or anything like that for it, but it's just a very like confusing thing to go through in a relationship. But I hope you had fun with that. I'd imagine it does still suck because, you know, like even if it's like doesn't mean anything about you, it still probably sucks because you like got your hopes up and everything. There we go. I think we're about there with the highlights. Nothing else is going to be really catching too much like sharp light besides like the metal bits, but those already have like the light on it. There we go. Then they already put it on the like the blood and everything. Everything should have the highlights that it needs. Yeah. Ooh, 1 second. Pop, bibbity poppity. Yeah, then that's good. Yeah, I haven't really had too much experience to like really understand how I feel about you know, romance, demi-romance, a-romance. I think I'm just normal, but you know, that's kind of like something that, you know, you just like find out through experience, I think. Yeah, oop. I deleted it. Let's not do that. Let's see. I don't know if this is silly, but I'm gonna see if I can put like a thread here. Ooh, that's really bright. I'm just gonna put it like 50%. I usually don't change the opacity on the brush itself, but oh, this is an eraser brush. That's why it's not working anyways. Oh, yeah, I've been seeing you post on Instagram and even if you like here and there. I don't know if it like showed up on my feed. That's usually where how I end up liking people's stuff. Just like if it pops up on the feed. There's not like any artists that I have like notifications turned on. I turn off like all the notifications on my phone. It's too annoying. Let's see. Yeah, I'll check it out. Out your account. See if there's anything I missed. I like seeing your stuff. There we go. That's the brush I was looking for. Oh, you're finished with your ice cream? Now you're just gonna leave me? No, thank you. No, nothing. Yeah. Ungrateful dog. Let's see. My phone is not loading because it connected to the Wi-Fi. September. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I've already got a like on that. Yeah, it's a sick piece. I like the lighting that you do for it. All the like special powers that all the characters have. Is this silly? Hold on, let's see. How does this look? What am I doing? There's a straight line tool. Let me cheat. There we go. Oh, that's why I didn't do that. It makes it like really solid. Nope. Stop. Oh my goodness, I see the issue now. Do it like this. Just like that. That's silly. How does that look? Yeah, I'm gonna leave that off. I don't know if this is normal, but usually for like big portraits like that, I in my house we just have like a thread on the back of it, and then we just string it along the two like nails. But I don't know if that's normal. I think most like actual like big portraits usually just have like hooks on the back or like little pieces of metal that hook onto nails. So you don't actually have like a string. I don't know if that's normal or if that's just what we do. Why don't I just look it up? Hold on. Large portrait frame. Back. So I see some with a little wire, and most of them don't seem to have it. I don't think they know what I mean by large. They're showing me desktop photographs. That's really annoying that it's showing me so many desktop photos. I looked up large, huge. I'm talking like gigantic. Yeah, usually some of the smaller people that I follow on Instagram, it'll like send it to me immediately on the feed. I don't understand the algorithm, but you know, it helps me check it out. Usually like the most that'll happen is like I'll see it and then like I'll close the app immediately, because sometimes I open Instagram for like 2 seconds and then realize I don't want to use Instagram right now. It's a really bad habit. It's like I remember people used to talk about how like they would open an app, get bored of the app, close it, and then immediately open it again because they're like, where's the funny app? Yeah, that's sometimes that happens to me. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, look, it looks great. I like seeing your stuff pop up every now and again. Let's see. Oh, my back. 1 second. Oh, my back. Please. There we go. Maybe I should put paintings. Maybe paintings will pull up things. Back. No, it's just showing paintings of people's backs for some reason. What is a floating frame? Artwork floating within the frame by leaving a gap between the frame and the artwork. Oh, I see. So, yeah, okay, that has nothing to do with what I'm looking for. All right, that's enough distraction. So, some portraits looks like they have hooks. Some portrait looks like they do the wire. I'm going to say this is just hooks, because that just feels like the simplest way to do this. Let's see. I think the other thing is, I don't know if there's any other thing I need to do. Oh, maybe like pick up the light in the background. But I don't know how to do that without it looking weird. So I'm going to try something, and then we're going to see how it goes. So let's grab the shadow layer on top. Let's just erase it towards back here. Okay. And let's do it one more time on the other layer. Just the beer bottles and everything. I just want those to like kind of stand out. So... yeah, that actually works just fine. And I think I'm gonna add one layer on top of everything. Maybe just pick up the like purple color a little bit more. So let's grab this purple. Let's brighten it up. Let's like a little bit like more here. Not too saturated. Just brighter. How does it look from afar? Barely even noticeable, which is kind of, I guess, the point. Maybe let's try doing like some of these bottles and then see how it looks from really afar. we've got like at least like another hour before I'm all done, so I can just play around with just trying a bunch of different techniques before I call it finished. Worst comes to worst, I think I can do like an overlay and see if like just adding a yellow light, intentionally making it almost like a secondary light here, will pick things up. So let's see, without any details. Okay, yeah, I like that actually. It's the tiniest little detail, the tiniest little gleam, almost adds nothing, but it looks nice to me. I'm gonna grab this like yellow color. I don't know why, but this feels right. Just his pants is like the perfect color for me. And then I'm just gonna make this like an overlay. Let's see, what if I just add like a little bit, just a tiniest little dusting of light? That's not what I wanted. Okay, so overlay is not what I wanted. We're gonna try screen. Ooh, okay, screen I think works perfectly. It's a little too strong. We can dye it down. I just want like the bar area to like in the background to just be picked up a little bit. Let's try another one. Hard light. Color dodge. Which one of these blending modes looks the craziest? Screen. Screen is kind of like the only one that's working. Luminosity? Luminosity usually works pretty decent. Burn. No. Addition. Ooh, addition works pretty nice. Okay, hold on. Let me just like cake it in there. Because I think the reason why is because I made it really like tiny. I'm also gonna like kind of trim it a bit. So it doesn't like extend too far out. Because it's literally just this little square area in the back that I'm trying to like poke out a bit. All right, then we're just gonna like softly push it back. Just like that. Bam, 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 bam. It looks a little fake, so we're gonna just try to find that right balance. I think that's it. Maybe just a little bit less, just like 10%. It's so soft now. Maybe I need to trim it off this because I think it's still touching the wall a bit. Then now this layer is like 2% and it's still like blinding to me. Hold on, let me check my glasses real quick. I have like blue light filters on my glasses. I have to make sure it's not like making it so the colors look entirely different to me. What are you doing? I think this is it, 5%. Just the tiniest little bit of light on there. Just the tiniest little bit of light. Dodge. No. Alright. I think that's about where I need that little area to be. I wish I had like a saved version of it. Psych, I kind of do. No. Yeah, I do actually. Hold on. Why did I make it smaller? Sorry. What are you doing? What are you doing? Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Technical difficulties. Why won't it let me... hello? Oh, there we go. Got it. There we go. We're back. Sorry. I don't know what just happened there. I do have saved versions of all the images as I make progress, so let's just grab one of those. It's not going to look exactly the same, but we're going to just check it out, just to compare. Nope, that's not it. Vampire the Masquerade, Chance. Here you are. This is the most recent one from last week. Give it a second. There we go. Push that all the way up, so it's not being covered by anything. Before, after. So you can tell a little bit of rose on the cheeks, a little bit of color in the hair. There we go. But what we're focused on is this in the background, this little area over here. Or what I'm focused on. You guys can look at it whatever you want. I'm not your boss. So I'm just trying to see how does that like contrast Does that like really screw everything up? No, I think it's fine. It's like it is like a little bit like distracting, like it kind of like takes out a little bit of that focus, but it's not so bad that it's like, oh my god, I can't even like focus. Like this blinding bar area in the back, it's like eviscerating my eyes. It's not like that. It's just like a tiny little difference. You still get like that focus towards this area, maybe just a little bit towards. Oh, let me grab a pen. I'm gonna get artsy with it now. That's definitely not the pen I want to use. Let's just do it for fun. So you can the general. That's a weird texture. So like the general focus of the piece feels like it's going towards this direction. Oop. So we still get that focus, like even before, like it's a little bit more around here. So before it's like just this. It changes the direction just a little bit. To like a little bit more like this. Which is still fine. Like both of them work. The direction isn't really... It's a change. It's not necessarily a better or worse change. It's just... it lets me appreciate that there is a bar back there a little bit more. It doesn't completely get lost in the shadow. 1 second. Almost finished with my coffee. Alright. I think that's the only other area. Hang on just a second. I just noticed one last little thing that's going to annoy the crap out of me. Make this normal. 100%. I wonder, no, it was still red. I thought all of it was turned blue. Nope. Multiply. I forgot what it was. It was 43%. There we go. Back to normal. Just filling in that little gap. Let me see. Yeah, you can see like there's just like a tiniest little scratch of color popping out, and that kind of annoyed the crap out of me. It's still there, but it's like now really faded. Like you like absolutely can't tell. Now let's see. This was just like one other thing I was thinking. No, I don't know if there was anything else. Just give me a few seconds to like look over everything. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do new from visible. Okay, so now it's all just one flat layer. So let's see. Do I have like textured brushes? Here you go. What is happening? What? Oh, there we go. Back to where it was. I keep hitting the wrong hotkeys. That's why I'm getting frustrated. I'm just getting a little artsy with it right now. Just let me cook. Let's see, let's see. Shh. Don't question what I'm doing. Just let me cook. I promise I have some sort of idea of what I'm doing. I promise I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm the one with the paintbrush and no one can stop me. It's all on different layers, so I can just delete it when I'm done. But I'm gonna see if I can like make something kind of crazy. I really don't know how to describe what I'm doing, besides like causing a little bit of chaos and texture. Just like really like make it more of like a, I don't really know how to call it, like a painterly piece. I kind of like it. I'm still not sure. Like it's hard. Like it needs more. Like it's gonna take some work to get this like where I think I really like it. So we're gonna keep just playing around with it. Just follow me. We're just having fun now. We're basically already at a finished piece. Maybe just need some like tweaking to the texture and everything. But until then, we're having fun. Interesting. Interesting. I think it just adds to like more of like an animalistic, like just crazy texture, and I think that's what I'm going for. Where it's just like it looks very wild, like a very intense moment where like your eyes are blurry, like the shadows are like almost real creatures, like clawing back at the piece. Like I don't know. We're just screwing around. We're just playing around, just feeling things out. Nothing. This we already had like all 6 streams of non-stop like making things look nice and pretty and rendered. Now we're just going crazy. Look into my dark mind. You wouldn't even understand. Why can't I grab this like yellow texture? Like I feel like there's like a really saturated yellow color here, but for some reason I can't grab it. So we're just gonna have to grab one of our own. Just like that. That's good. That's good. I didn't want to do like the eye lens flare, but I think we can get away with it. I'm gonna dial it down, don't worry. Just kind of getting like the flow of what I'm trying to go for. Just like that. That's good. That's good. That's good. Now I'm gonna have to dial it back, so give me a second. Just scratch it. Just scratch it up. Just scratch it up. Scratch it up. There we go. Just like fade it, fade it, fade it. And there we go. It's so silly what I'm doing right now. But for some reason I'm like having fun. I don't know how to explain it. Whoa, what just happened? I completely like knocked my window away. What? Stop that. Hang on. I'm gonna do something even weirder for this one. We're getting very painterly all of a sudden. We have reached levels of wackadoo that I've never seen before. We're gonna fade this like real subtle, real like. This one I want like almost to be like 2% of like opacity. Almost like a fog, basically. Like you almost like aren't even sure you're seeing this. This is so weird. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm liking it. Or I'm not liking it, I'm not sure. Haven't decided. I'm gonna put all this in a group. This is originally what I imagined in my head, basically. So whenever I like first started this piece, I kind of like had to build the structure and the bones of everything. So like I had to make the character, make him like a solid model where, you know, like he has a shirt, he has hair, you know, like I decided exactly which strands are going where. Then from there I had to put in the color. I had to figure out the palette, how I'm gonna like balance everything. Then the lighting, I had to figure out how I wanted the lighting to look. And then the shadows is where I started to realize like, oh, and originally in my head, I have like this really like gritty, everything going like almost like paint splatters, just like all over the place, just like crazy streaks. Does it make any sense? Is it logical? No, it's more just like the like emotion that you're trying to get from here, like the rawness of everything. I think. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it just yet. I think I'm liking it. I'm on the side of liking it right now. I don't hate it just yet, so we're gonna keep playing with it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, my legs. Sorry, just give me a minute. All my bones need to be stretched. Sitting down hurts. Okay. Just 1 second. I just noticed something. There we go. I have like a footrest that's adjustable, and I just noticed that like my feet like weren't even really touching it. Like I had to extend. It's probably a little too high. I wish it was like a halfway point for this, but anyways, I'll figure out this footrest situation later. I just need something to rest my feet on. Okay, back to this. And I think like the last little touch is just like a bunch of black streaks. As far as like whatever like nonsense I'm doing right now. Is there another like paint knife? Yes, there is. Oh, this is a blur. What if I just went crazy with it? Oh no! Why is it so strong? Hello? Yeah, like don't do that. Why is it like an insanely huge, insanely like complex tool? I just want to streak. This doesn't even feel right. Hello? Oh, it's on the wrong layer. Whoops. Oh no, oh no, oh no. What's happening? What's going on now? Okay, there we go. Now we're back where we were. It's like a blurring brush. Need to make it smaller. I think we're gonna undo all that. All that. That was just a little experiment. I got a little carried away. Okay, back to the paint knife. Let's see, where are you? There you are. So next I was gonna do a black. So next layer, beep, beep. Maybe like not a black, but like close to black. Do it right above this. Okay, maybe we do need a black because these aren't showing up. What's happening? Okay, there it is. Sorry, I got lost for a second. Okay. Let's see. We're just gonna go straight black for this. Where is the layer. I think this is the one. Too big. There you go. That's like the perfect size. Before like the app starts like freaking out. Before Krita starts like shutting down because the brush is too big for it to understand. I mean, even now it's like still like seizing up. My sanity might be gone. Just a possibility. Just throwing it out there. Yeah. Not exactly sure where I'm going with this, but I'm just kind of throwing things around, trying to see how I like it. And like I said, I could always just like dial it back, or you know, just like completely remove all this, because I think the piece that we have already is pretty good, pretty like finished. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm just having fun, just trying to see if like there's any kind of like anything to really like make it like just more intense, more dramatic, more eye just grabbing and unique. Really, I think that's what I'm going for, like something that just feels unique. Just adds like more of a raw feel to it, so it's not just like this like stilted thing where like I just hold. It's like very, what's the word? Procedural, where it's like character, background, that, you know, like that's it. Like I want to also have like some more of like freedom of expression to it. Maybe I'm like overthinking it and just like going crazy. It's possible. It usually does happen whenever I'm with a piece for too long. I don't know. I'm having fun. If I'm going crazy, it's a fun kind of crazy. Oops, that's an eraser. I was trying to make it darker. There we go. Trying to separate this area because this is where it connects to the roof. But they're like the same color, so they don't really like stand out as much. So I'm trying to like have like a darker line where you can tell like, oh, that's where the roof is. Same with here. Something about this is really like catching my eye. Should it? Maybe it's like silly. Then I'm having fun. I'm letting like the caveman loose, just letting him slap stuff around and just see if it works. Kind of reminds me of being in like pottery class. Like I'm just like slapping clay together and seeing if I can make something I like. It's fun. I like pottery class. Let's see. Is there any like crazy like rough pencil texture that I have? Like just something like not even like a pencil, almost like a knife. Not like a paint knife, but like a knife. Let's go. Let's see some of these. Let's see Divad. Any like crazy like pencil like texture, just like really rough and gritty. Maybe I'm not even looking for a pencil. Let's try this. I'm gonna grab this like bright color. Just like right there. I think that's the one. That's too soft. I need something like textured. Ooh. It's not rough as I want, but it's got texture on it. What is this brush? Thin brush, hard edge texture. It's like a real fine like line where it's like it's either almost no paint in the brush or way too much paint in the brush. Just trying to find that balance. What is this? Charcoal rock soft. I think we're gonna need to go to a different one. Yeah, let's try charcoal. These have some like high like level of like texture. So these are probably gonna work exactly how I need it to. Nope, that's not an eraser. Some real nasty, something real sketchy. Like it's not even like it's almost like not even a paintbrush. This feels right. This feels good. Where is this one cheek? That's the one. Or it should be the one. Why is it not working? Oh, I clicked the wrong one again. Oop. Go back to charcoal. Grab this really thin brush. It's not supposed to be an eraser. Too textured, too textured. We have officially gone too textured. Let's see. Ooh, nice little green. Interesting. So let's see what the results are so far. It's interesting. It feels like you can almost like see the movement of his limbs a little bit. I think we're getting there at least. Like that's I think where we're going. But I just gotta find that balance, that right balance. But also I have none of these layers named, so I have no idea where each layer is. That's the one. Time for the shirt to get some love too. Oh, sorry. How many coffee left? They're like a splat texture. Oh wait, right here. Too big. I really like the splats. We're gonna go back to that. Specifically the blue over here, like that really like did something nice. Where's the blood texture? Where's the blood? Where is the blood? Please show me the blood. Here's the blood. I need to, this streak's too clean. Too clean. Here we go. A little messier. Nothing should be clean. Everything should just be all over the place, all willy-nilly. I really don't know what it is I'm doing. Just like playing with everything, just seeing how I feel about it. I think I think I'm happy. I'm almost happy. I'm almost happy. I think maybe just like one last little thing, maybe just a little bit more black somewhere. I'm not sure where. Where, oh where? Noodles. Sorry. Actually, it's a banana. Let's see. What else can we do? I'm gonna go back to the charcoal. We're just gonna nope. Just a little bit of cloud. And then I also want to clear up some of this area here. Yeah, clear up his face a little bit so you can see it. A little clearer. Where's the other? There's like 2 blood layers. Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to make a new one for this layer. Turn this off. So now we have like a before and after. Then the only other thing I want to do is play with the color adjustment curves. So now we see this tool. Let me make sure that shows up on screen so you guys can actually tell what I'm doing. Okay. You guys have let me cook. And I will make it all of your problems. Sorry. Filter, adjust, color adjustment curves. Now we can do it. Is it still on screen? Yes, okay. Sometimes there's an issue if I open it and close it and open it and close it. So now we really gonna make like this. So I want like an intense high contrast. That's too much. That's cool, but it's too much. But what I think I'm looking for is more like this, where... Or maybe? Yeah, like that, that's what I'm looking for. But I need that, like, it to be right, where it's not, like, blinding. Okay, interesting. Filter. Hello. Okay. Is this one? This isn't one of the ones that I have on for you guys. But just watch me play. This one's a simple one where you basically just make the maximum white and the maximum black just like closer together. So like it makes it so the whites get more white, the blacks get more blacks. That's literally all that this one does. So eventually, if you bring it all the way to the max, basically you have like almost no difference. There's only like black and then some white, or some non-black, or the opposite where you only have like some non-blacks. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Holy crap. Not saying I like it, but you know. I think this is almost exactly what I was thinking in my head whenever I made this piece. Okay, let's also add some saturation because I think we blurred it out a little bit. So I'm gonna go like, let's go like crazy, 25. That's just real. Ooh, that's a very strong one. Let's dial it down. 12. Okay. Let's go like 5. 5 is just barely noticeable. Not bad, very subtle, which is what I was going for whenever I put in 5. What you want out of 5. 13, we're getting a little closer to that 15 original. So that one's, we're getting on borderline like a little bit too strong. So 13, 14, let's go like 12. I think 12 might be the sweet spot. Pick the color back up a little bit. But it keeps it from getting like gaudy where it's like blindingly saturated. You know, like when you see it like this, the like really like blitz in your face saturation. But yeah, I think this is kind of where I wanted to go with this piece as far as like how like ratty it is. I don't know if I like it compared to the original. You know, like just a very smooth thing. I think we might have enough here that we can just keep it like this. This was just me like playing around, making it more artsy and textured. This is a little bit just, you know, me being procedural, clean, what I wanted from it. Okay, just one thing actually. I should have done this way before. I don't like how there's like a little like layer underneath everything. Wait, I'm just realizing it would be easier if I just made the line a little bolder. Went the other direction. That's not the way you gotta do it. Here it's very noticeable. Just trying to really like hide this like weird outline that's on him. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. I mean, this is like the final touches. This is where we get like stuff knocked out. Okay. I think that basically got rid of like all the lines that were really distracting. I don't know why I just lied. I just lied. I'm a big liar. I'm a filthy liar. I'm a little liar. Me, big liar. Me, a love lie. I'm like, I got it all. Like, it's all okay now. We're all finished. And then in reality, I'm just straight up just the worst liar of all time. I should be ashamed that I decided to lie so much. I don't remember why this highlight came out. This was probably like something early on that I didn't fix and then just assumed I would fix it later. And now it's later. It's stealing away valuable time. It's alright. This isn't the worst thing in the world. There we go. Then there's like a little thin layer of light here, and that's intentional, so that's not distracting me. Yeah, I almost said it. I almost said I was completely done. I should have done this on another layer too, just to show you the difference, but it's alright. Here we go. Here we go. Now it's way less distracting. Yeah, I can like barely even tell in the little pockets. This is the only part because it like bleeds through. There we go. Alright, now I'm just being petty. Okay. Alright, sorry. Little distraction. We're good. So where were we? We were doing this. That's really crazy looking. There's a bold part of me that's like, this is perfect. And then there's a little scaredy cat part of me that's like, let's not go too crazy. But let's see if we can maybe find a happy middle. And adjust this to be a little bit different too. Filter, adjust, color adjustment curves. Alright. Just gonna pick up the shadows and lighting because there's not really any like huge color tweaks that I want to do. So let's see, pull down the shadows, make it stronger. Pull up the lighting to pull it, make it brighter. Putting it down mellows it out. Putting it up makes the contrast even stronger because this is the midtones. So pick up the midtones just a touch, just a touch. Let's compare the two. No, that's right. I think the other thing is I made the level, so we're gonna do that again. They don't have to be exactly the same. Hello. Okay, so we're gonna make this like 3. Make the no, we're gonna keep that 0, but we are gonna pull this down a lot more. Okay. Makes all the area a lot wider, except for the most shadow area, most dark areas. And then just one last little shift. You can do 12 because I remember what the HSV is on the other one. We can like tone it down because it does feel a little too. Actually, I'm gonna pull this up. I think I'm gonna make the reds down a little bit, just bring down the just a touch. Like blind, and I can't. He looks right now. So bring down the tones, every green. So we just pull it down, touch here, touch here. Makes everything more yellow and blue. Tools with this thing, just tiny little adjustments. I'm gonna take out a lot of the blue because that's also blue, green. Make it really look. That's how strong this is. You gotta be very careful when you're like that. But like you can like make tweaks to like very specific ranges. Once you get, if you get like a hang. Blue highlights the highlights to like a really bright blue color. It's really strange. It's weird because like if you pick up the red and make the highlights super bright, it doesn't look right. It looks weird. For some reason, like a really blue color for the highlights actually looks kind of awesome. And I don't know why it's just blue. Maybe it's a light spectrum, so it's like a very light, bright color. Blue is usually like the highest intensity of light before you get to just pure white. So maybe that's where you have just like an off blue color highlight. Blue. Green makes everybody look sick. Probably gonna turn that on the highlights just because the bright parts are really blinding me. looks like normally, like right there. So we're gonna see the difference. Kind of makes everything really crazy. And turn back down this visible. We're gonna see what the difference is between the two. Before, after really brought out intensity. I think the only thing is the shadow is just a little bit strong. And we can adjust that. So this is back to the RGBA, so that's all 3 spectrums. Or I guess 4. I think A is like the black part. So if we just pick up the shadows just a touch. There you go, right there. See, black isn't like super like nasty looking. Like it's not, it doesn't feel like you covered the screen in like mud. You just pick up the brightness just a touch. How does that look compared to this? I think the only thing I want to do in this is I'm going to see what it looks like if I had the blue. I originally didn't do any of that color tweaking on here, but now it's making me curious. See, all I did was like all 3 of them at once. I didn't go into like the specific range, so we could go to blue completely flat. So it's just no changes. So it's tone, blue, make it more green, the slightest little touch, and then I got a lot more blue. So it was like that. Do this. Yes. Oh god, that even blue light filter glasses, it's insane. What if we turn it all the way? So this is the a little bit. Makes him look more. This makes him look a little bit more fitting. I think we're just gonna. I think that's a good. We're in a good spot as far as like the balance there. So now we're in green. So don't need to be green because like it's every. Put it down a little bit. I think it's a little in the shadow. I really like the decimal point in the shadows. Makes it a bit stronger. And then the mid push down makes everything a little bit more. Pushing it up makes it a bit more green blue. I think we get a little bit more green blue, just a touch. There we go. And the rest. Get back to like close to neutral. All right, so red pick up. That's the red sheet for that is very important. I think in neutral it's a little strong. So we just a little decimal point. In reds, here for some reason. Out the reds in the middle makes it a little bit more. I think maybe just a little maybe helps the blood like pop out a bit. I think, and then okay, right, but don't know what that did. See, I think we pull it up. Yeah, make it a little warmer. A little, so we're gonna increase the red. So I think overall, just shadows, midtones, highlights, a little bit more red on all around, helped it out. I'm noticing it looks a little blue in the background in the shadows. So let me check that I do. Decrease it a touch. In the shadows, maybe it's in the mid-tone. What is it if I make some more yellow? Make some more vibrant. Increase the blue quite a bit here. But that's such a weird thing about this tool is that like whenever you just like play around going up and down in like the midtones, the shadows, and the highlights, is like eventually you find like a really weird combination that just really bright. It like you get that perfect balance of like you want your darks to be darker, you want your lights to be lighter. You somehow get like that perfect balance. And then I'm also gonna make the shadows. Let's relax. All right, so let's compare the two. A little bit more yellow. This one a little bit more yellow. I do like how dreamy everything looks here. Like it looks so. I don't know how to describe it. Surreal. He almost like doesn't look real. He looks like he could be like a ghost almost. But I'm wondering if this is like just a little bit too intense. What if we? This is just me being silly. What if we make it like 6%? I don't know if I'm going to be able to decide this on this stream. We're about to hit the end of the stream. This really is the final choice. So, do you want this streaky, crazy piece? I like how bold it is, how like surreal it is, but it does feel like too much. Like it's so cluttered. Like it's almost like too maximalist. And then we have like the normal rendering here, but with like nice little like balance and coloring. I don't know if I'm going to be able to on this stream. It's too hard. I don't know. I'm going to give it like a week. And you'll see on my Instagram which one I decide. I'll probably include both. I'm just going to do one last little adjustment to the green. It looks a little too green in the background. I'm wondering if you can just like dye that down just a touch. Just a touch. Need the green. All right, so what's making their green look like that? Is it red? Whoa, calm down. No, that's not it. Or maybe it's the RGB. Maybe it's all of it together. That's not it either. Something about this green area over here. Do you see that on my screen? On the stream? Yeah, you see my mouse. Okay. So something about this area right here just feels too... I'm not sure what it is. Like it's too saturated a little more. You really like break the color. Felt like doing that. Hold on, let me see my notes. Oh, we're gonna have to turn all of this off. Background, highlights, lighting, final touches. Okay, good. And then there's also like a notes, another like series. Don't forget. Here we go. Paint over the texture with trails and everything as originally conceived. Exactly what I just did. That's good. Just clicking back and forth, just trying to free side. Why am I such a coward? If I just faded just a bit, blend these together just a tiny bit. Whenever I lower it, just dial down if I like lower it. I think maybe like 70 to 80% might be the sweet spot. I think right there. I think that's where I want to keep it. All right. So if we keep it, I'm going to keep it here. I'm even going to do like a new layer from visible to make mark this exact look. If I don't, then we're going to keep it here. Hold on, is that right? So here. So these are the two options. Here or here. Here or here. Just like one of these two I'm going to keep. Oh, I see. This is more red. That's what's like neutralizing. Oops. Because I like how like messy it is, but I'm gonna try to ask my friends, see what they think, because I want to see if like another opinion just like says like, hey, I don't know what's going on. Like this piece is too crazy for me, which is possible because I mean like I do have like a lot of clutter. There's the photographs in the background. There's the painting portrait behind him. There's the, him with the blood all over his hands. There's a character on the floor. There's a bar in the background. There's a lot of elements already in the piece. So I don't know if this last little bit of texture is needed. So I'm going to ask, see what my friends think. They're not the final decision. It's going to be on me anyways. But I like to get their input because I like, you always need that second eye to like catch you in whenever you're like too close to a piece. Because like I said, like whenever I work on a piece too long, I can get a little crazy and start losing it and just like start making huge decisions without like making any like save point basically. So sometimes I have to slow myself down. In digital, thankfully, I can just make copies and copies and copies. But when it comes to like my real life stuff, I always like ask input, and that's kind of what makes it so like I'm posting art like really like far apart, is because I like to at least leave a few days in between where my friends like can just like say like, hey, you have like his nose is like 15 feet long. I don't know what you were thinking there. Like, just like stuff that I might have ignored and didn't notice until like the last minute. It helps. It's just like a little buffer. But anyways, so one of these two is gonna be like the final piece. Is that right? Yeah, one of these two is gonna be the final piece. I'm liking this. This was fun, but this might be the one that makes the most sense. We'll have to see. Because I think this one you can like focus on what's going on. But I do like the idea of keeping it very painterly, very like just all over the place, very like intense. Just really trying to get a raw feel for this one. And who knows? Well, maybe we'll do that for like even other pieces. I think this is like the last step above like just like my simple rendering style, like where it's like it's not just a character in a place. It's like an actual vision of like the atmosphere, the passion, the emotion that's going on in the piece. I'm acting like this is like some huge thing, but it's really just like me trying to figure out how do you separate like being procedural and then actually having like an artistic vision with a piece. But maybe this is just the coffee talking and I'm actually losing my mind. Who knows? Tune in next time. So yeah, we do have. Oh well, I'm gonna do this while talking. We do have already. I have idea of what we're gonna do for the next piece. I showed it off during one of my streams. I'll probably show it off before we're completely done. Where should I put the signature? Signature probably works best here. But yeah, I have exactly what I want to do drawn out. like a very simple thumbnail sketch. I'll probably do like another like even more like thought out sketch. That way, like I 100% have all the details worked out instead of just like a very blurry sketch. But that'll be for the next stream. It's going to be Romeo, my Tzimizce character. Let's go ahead and put this 10-10 21. Oh, 23, whoops. I don't know if I usually put dates on these. Okay, then we're gonna like fade it in a bit. Divide, nope, that's not it. Dissolve is also not it. Color dodge. Overlay. Luminosity. Screen. One of these has to do something. We're just gonna make it like not super intense. I mean, that's the move here. Yeah, I think that's it. We can manipulate it just a little bit. Hello. Oop, oop, oop. That's not what I want. Maybe a little smaller. Maybe a little bit like that. Can I make it like fit the perspective? Let's make it like a perspective tool too. Yeah, okay. I completely got lost while I was drawing. One second. Wait. I don't know what you guys are seeing on camera. Hopefully it's not like my gut or something. There we go. Who's that? Oh. There are some old sketches in here. Oh, do none of these out? Must have done it in the old one. Okay, yeah, I think it's in the other one. Where's the other one? Let's see. Crap, I don't know where it is. Wow, I really have no idea where it is. Ah, this sucks so bad. Hang on, just one last time. Sorry for all the noise. Okay, no, I think I'm gonna have to call it. No, I can't find it. But, anyways, I have the idea that I'm gonna do for the next sketch already drawn out, so I already know exactly what I'm gonna do. As far as like the whole like emotion of the, or not the emotion, like the whole like shtick of the piece, I guess. So yeah, Tzimizce. It's gonna be Romeo, my character Romeo. So let me see. I'm just gonna pop him in here too. Let's see, pictures, art. Notebook sketches. Here he is, vampire number 10. My ears hurt. Here he is. So, the idea for this character is that he's a Tzimizce. It was a ghoul from the original Dracula. What did I do with my camera, actually, now that I think about it? Sorry about that. Yeah. So he's a... There we go. So he was a ghoul from the original Dracula. But eventually, he was not one of the most popular, but he was one of the more devout ones. I had an idea where Dracula likes to make his ghouls, or at least some of his ghouls, exactly in the likeness of him. That way he could get away with some ghouls would act as his a doppelganger, just in case somebody was trying to hunt him down, and he could get away with stuff, or they can carry out tasks for him while looking like him, using his authority or using his name. And so he is one of those duplicates of Vlad Tepes. But yeah, he's obsessed with finding. He was obsessed with finding his master because he was a ghoul. I don't need to explain the whole story, but I'm trying to remember. I'm completely lost. Oh, so eventually he disappears, leaving him kind of alone. And he has the face of Dracula. So eventually he was taken in by other Tzimizce, kind of cleaning up after Dracula once he was out of the picture. Because he left a lot of other ghouls. He's not Renfield. Renfield is the number one ghoul, the one that was really in that way. Not all of them were made into to the looks of him. They were more intentionally made that way. But yeah, this is him. I really liked trying to channel that old school, Dracula classy vampire vibe, because that's kind of what they have. They also have the Tzimizce that are really, really nasty. They mold their flesh into the weird art pieces, basically. This one's a little bit more towards the old school vampire, and what I wanted to do was make him into more of a dragon, basically, some form of dragon, where he pulls his the horns up on his head, almost like a demon, and then slowly, the angrier and more aggressive he gets, the more he just falls into this actual dragon-faced vampire, and his body turns into this huge mess. It's a lot. Hold on, let me see. Do I have those? I don't have those. That's weird. How did I post them if I don't have them? Anyways, sorry, not the point. But yeah, he it's more of a slightly more subtle of Tzimizce. If you usually look up Tzimizce original characters, they go really crazy with it, which is fine. I think there's there's different interpretations of Tzimizce, how you build that character. Some of them are supposed to be the old school, very traditional vampires, while others are more the warped body horror vampires. It's two of them combined in a really unique way. And this, I wanted to do one where it was more towards the old school. And then I also just the idea of these warped reflections of Dracula that are kind of feel lost because their face isn't their face anymore, but they have this obsession with their master because that's who first brought them into the world of darkness. Anyways, just a fun idea. That's gonna be the next one. We're gonna start that in next week. This is the finished piece. Or maybe this is the finished piece. One or the other. You'll see whenever I post the Instagram which one ends up being the finished one. But yeah, thank you for everybody who's here. Whether it was you were here for just a few minutes or you were here for the entire stream. I really appreciate just anybody spending time and just hanging out and just seeing my art. I like sharing it and just talking to people, just chilling. Check out my Instagram. Instagram is usually where I post things most up to date. So if you want to see any of my art that's done either on stream or off stream, they will almost always go to Instagram unless I really don't like them or just don't think they're finished enough. For that, you can go to, for all of the artwork, you can go to DeviantArt. DeviantArt is where I post some of my older stuff, as well as some of the stuff that I don't think is clean or presentable enough for Instagram. It's kind of like my dumping grounds because I've just been there for so long. All of my art goes to DeviantArt. So check both of those out. Instagram's most up to date if you want to like keep up with what I'm doing in my life or what I'm doing for my streams. That's also where I'm going to be active. I also have 2 YouTube channels. So I have my full stream archive, which is just the full archive. Sorry, the full stream archived onto YouTube. So you can watch the whole stream. If you didn't manage to catch it, you can just watch it there. And then I also have my time-lapse channel where all the streams are cut into 5-minute time lapses. So you can just catch up with the whole stream in one viewing if you just, you don't have the time to catch up with the other ones. And also what I like to do is once I'm done, like I am with this piece, is I make a supercut. Supercut is all of the time lapses combined together for a piece. It's from the very, very first few strokes all the way to the last little touches, like we are doing now. And just edited it down into like maybe like a 10 to 12 minute chunk. And those are really satisfying to watch because you can actually see everything get built out, all the ideas are going to go together, and then you cut out all the sections where I was googling something or the idea ended up not working out. So yeah, check out both of those. Subscribe to whichever one you prefer. They're all the options are out there. Also check out my commission sheet down below if you would like me to work on one of your characters, whether it's Vampire the Masquerade like this. D&D is also very common. I love to do D&D characters, or just like a character you like Batman, Hellboy, an anime character like Chainsaw Man, just whatever you like. I would love to just work on those characters for you. Really just make something that like has those big moments that you like really enjoy, like something that really represents the character to you. It's really fun to work out for me. Like I talk through the process, I talk through exactly what you're looking for, and yeah, we can get it worked out. There's prices down below. If you don't understand, we can always just talk it out and I can explain things to you. Reach out to me on Instagram or my email. Instagram, just try to make it so it's very clear that you're not a bot. I get hit with bots all the time on Instagram. It's hard to tell if anybody's a real person on Instagram. Just put in a little bit of about my art, put in a little bit what you're looking for as a commission. That should be enough to at least give me an idea that you're not, crazy. Sorry, a bot. I don't know why I said crazy. So yeah, make sure you actually like include what the idea is that you're looking for. I think that would probably help because usually what the bots do is they just say, do you do commissions or do you do art, or I like what I see. Would you like to join my team? It's really, really annoying. I don't know why Instagram just has bots all over the place, but it is what it is. And then lastly, I have a donation link down below to my PayPal. If you just want to don't want to go through the trouble of hiring a whole commission and you just want to leave a little tip, I'd appreciate it. Just helps me feel appreciated and like my time is being valued when I'm here. I'll be here no matter what, even if it's just one person watching. It just feels nice to be able to share, but a little bit of a donation, just makes me feel good. Makes me feel valued, like I said. I think that's going to be it. I think the coffee's getting to me now. But yeah, thank you one more time. Hope you guys have a good night. Bye. Bye. Bye.